Hello you buggers, it's Duncan Kinnaird from DKG Custom here with yet another video update. I promised you I was going to be doing some more videos regarding guitar builds. Now I did start doing a couple of videos. One was for a Gibson SG with a broken neck. Quite a bad break, and I'll show you some clips of that later. I didn't film the whole thing, and also the guitar neck with the broken truss rod. I started doing some video for that, and I'll show you a bit of that again later. Now I didn't complete those videos because one of the reasons was I was just having trouble just getting the camera in a position where I can show you things and it's not getting in the way of the work. And, you know, doing these videos does slow you down. Even when you get to the editing side of things, and I don't do very much editing. It's very minimal, but you know that still takes time. So yeah. Camera problems. So that's what I've been working on today, is a new camera rig that I can set up in the workshop and show you a bit more around. For instance, I'll take you over to the bandsaw. So here you go, here's the bandsaw. Let's take that out a bit. See, I've got my iPhone here and it shows you a slightly delayed version of what's going on, so I can check the framing. So yeah, there you go, there's the bandsaw, and you know, I can film this hands-free and show you what's going on there, and then I can take you back over to the bench. Well, I can actually change the position. I'm going to take the GoPro off in a minute and show you what's actually going on with the camera rig. I think it's going to be very useful, just so I can just set it up pretty much anywhere in the workshop to show you what I'm doing, and hopefully just keep out my way. You know, you can get tripods and things, but you know, GoPro, to get in close you have to get in really close, and tripods just don't work very well. Another note about the GoPro is a very expensive camera. It's very clever, and my son plays airsoft, where you basically just run around shooting each other with plastic pellets from a fancy replica gun, basically air rifles. And he wanted to use my GoPro to take to airsoft with him, and I told him, no way, no way are you taking my GoPro. You know, the potential of damage is just, yeah, it's pretty scary. But I bought a GoPro replica, or a Chinese fake, for 50 quid, and it's really good. I'll go into more details about that, but it's got things like zoom on it and the screen on the back, which doesn't come with the GoPro. But they're interesting. I can't remember the name, but I'll show you that in a later video. I just thought I'd bring it. I don't know why I brought it up now. But anyway, what else has been happening? So yeah, lots of tools have been coming in. Just a quick thing here. Remember the older visors I was building? Let me take that one a bit closer. Alright, So we have an engineering metalwork vise. Now, these are great to have. These are great to have on your workbench, but you know, really, you know, they do tend to get in the way. So, one great thing about the vise is you can open that up. That's fixed to a block of wood. Drops down. You can lock it off, and you got an old-fashioned metalwork vise. Very handy. Just a little thing. Okay, binding rig. Now, StewMac do their really nice fancy binding contraption. It's pretty expensive. It's just basically an L bracket of aluminium running on some it's like extruded aluminium with grooves in it, with runners and things like that. And that's just for the rig. Router bits, you know, that's another really expensive thing from StewMac. So I've been working on a replacement to StewMac in the UK. I bought a router bit. There she is in the plastic wrap there. Basically just a small rabbiting router bit that accepts bearings, and the company that I bought that from also provides or sells, they sell them separately, a whole bunch of bearings of various sizes that fit onto that bit to give you various thicknesses of a binding channel. This does not come as a kit. You have to kind of like trawl through all the information and all this details about each bearing to basically build up the kit. And this kit will cut binding channels from 1mm to 5mm, like in 1/2 mil increments. So there's lots of scope for binding channels or cutting binding channels. Now this whole thing was about 50 quid for all this. It was about half the price of the StewMac kit. Now you need a router to go into your binding rig, and I bought this. Now this is basically a laminate trimmer. That gives the hour. I won't fart about with it too much, but you know, you've got control here to set height and things, and I'll build a bracket for this to sit in that will go on my binding rig. Well, when I get all the bits for that, I'll show you how to build one of those. This laminate cutter is a very cheap make. Again, this was 50 quid, but I think it's going to do just fine. I mean, it all works fine. So we'll be able to show you that. What I'm going to use to allow the router to rise and fall is basically 2 draw runners, bearing slider draw runners, and they hardly cost anything. So in all, we're going to have a binding channel rig for about £120, all in, with all the gear that you can just like set up, plug in, and off you go. And I think that's phenomenally good value compared to what else is out there. Hopefully like I say, I'll show you a video about that. I don't know, maybe I'll sell them in my shop. Now the great thing about this router is you know, if it comes off the rig really easily, it's a damn useful router. It's be able to build a rig for cutting truss rod channels, or basically just anything that needs to be centered down a center line, and you can just go and just run it down and cut through. So it could be removing skunk stripes, or I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. I will probably also use it for fitting in to my 3D pentagram. I'll build a special plate for it to sit in. This is quite a big plate, so you can put quite hefty routers in there. I'm intending to do a bit more intricate work with it, so I don't really need a massive router in there. So that might be really useful for that. I mean, if it's a really useful router and it works well and they're that cheap, I might just buy more. I mean, you really can't go wrong for 50 quid on a router. Okay, so I've taken the GoPro off the camera rig, so I can show you the camera rig. It's nothing particularly special, but here you go. Can you see that? So we have just a couple of arms. I can clamp this to like any of the rafters or the beams running across my workshop, so I can basically position this anywhere, and then it all just like moves around. I've got a little shoe in there for the GoPro, you know, if needed. If needed. I even got a little light. I bought these from Tesco's yonks and yonks ago. They had a whole load of them and they were selling them off at 27p each. So I just bought as many as I could carry. It's quite funny because they just like turn out to be quite disposable. But yeah, so there you go. I mean, that can just like, we can just move that round to wherever we want. And I've also got, you know, little adjusters on the GoPro. This is important, I think. Right, so here we go. Unclamp it. It's a bit of a tight fit in there. Yeah. So I can move it. Let's put the GoPro back on. Right. Now, there we go. Now, this isn't particularly great position for filming me. Let me just tighten this clamp up a bit. Yeah, I also need to put like a security wire on it, just in case I clamp it up and I don't clamp it up properly and it comes off, because that would be bad. Although it's a GoPro, no, I don't want to go broken GoPro, because then I won't be going or proing anywhere. Right, so now we're in close-up mode. I can bring him over the bench. So, yes, the guitar neck. Now we were discussing over a long time what to do about this guitar neck and how to get to the truss rod. Now I tried using the old trick with an iron, going over the fretboard and like lifting it off. You know, that just did not work. The glue that the fingerboard was on was just too strong. It did not break the bind of the glue. So yeah, I've just eventually basically chiseled away at it and planed it down. So that's ready for a new truss rod. I'm also going to put an insert in here, so yeah, because if you are getting in there with an Allen key and you're adjusting around your truss rod, you do tend to do a bit of damage to the wood in here. So I'll probably where's he gone? So this is K&S engineering or model making brass. Get various sizes. This is just a bit that's just lying around. I've got all kinds of different sizes, and probably find a bit the right size for the hole. Probably have to make the hole just a little bit bigger just to accept it, and we could put that in there just to protect that. And also all this will have to come off again, and that will protect that hole when you do adjustments. But the other thing I was thinking about, this is quite nice, is this will also make a nice feature to dot markers. Just set them in, maybe fill them with something. Well, you know, obviously it will fill them with something, and that would look quite nice. Even dot markers on the side, we can have a nice shiny brass ones. Another idea that I've had. Not too sure I can find the right bag. That'll be quite interesting. Have these. I mean, obviously you have to be careful what you do with them. You can't just bolt them in, because they'll go into where the truss rod's going to be. But that might be quite interesting. I might even do them on as like a guitar body, just like set them in around the guitar body, so it looks like it's engineered in some way. But anyway, I just thought there was something quite nice and decorative about something like that. Let's see how. So yeah, let's see my ugly mug again. So yeah, there you go, that's it for now. So now I've got this all sorted out, the next step is to get the kitchen strut on here. The only reason that I haven't finished the kitchen strut is because I wanted to film it. I wanted to record it for the at least for the owner, so you can see what goes on. I think you'll find it quite interesting, and you know, it's great to have a video of the guitar you're buying, see it go together. So yeah, that's what's been holding me up, figuring out how to get the camera in and film it. So it looks like we're all good to go. Kitchen strap, the bench is pretty clear. The workshop is an absolute tip. Still in the process of sorting it out and organising it. Working on a new way of just keeping tools neat and tidy, instead of scrabbling around in drawers for things. You know, it's got magnetic rails. They haven't been positioned exactly how I want them yet, but yeah, it works quite well. And it's nice and quick and easy to pick things up, put them back. I mean this is a scalpel. The scalpel shaft, I don't know what it's made from, but it's not magnetic. So simple thing is you just super glue some washers on the back of it. Same with a pencil sharpener. Well, I don't know why I did that with this one, because this pencil sharpener is crap. Blunt as buggery. But yeah, you can just about stick anything up there. Screwdrivers don't stick too well because of the round shaft. You only got like a tiny point of contact that holds them in place. But you know, if you can put something that they will just sit on, you'll be able to just plonk them on, you know, files. Obviously, this rasp doesn't stick too well. I mean, none of the files stick too well, but you know, it works. It works well for now, till I think of something else. Yeah, so for now, I think that's it. We'll see you soon. Bye.